Hello and welcome to another episode of Learning to Trade. Currently turning out to be a very beautiful morning in the UK. Quite happy to be working from home at this stage during this current situation, which I know is dire, but I guess silver linings are more time to learn and reassess what we're all doing and take the opportunity to maybe pick up some new skills like trading. Let's see how it goes. Looking at the BTC USD, I wonder if you remember back to the last video I recorded. I was talking about a potential trade, and I think this line still stands from the previous. It may have changed slightly. For one, I've just in order to remember what I'm doing with which lines, I've just made that a dotted line because it's of no interest to me now, although for the purposes of this video I will let you know what happened. So I assumed if it was going to hit this line and potentially break down, that then I should enter a short. I did. I panicked. I pressed the button around about here. There was a lot of quick movement, high volume, and ever since then I've just been trapped in this clear horizontal range that'd been forming. So I was just bouncing around in here waiting for something to happen. I've actually since then closed the trade at zero loss or profit. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, but except for experience. So that's the only thing I'd say, is that I hopefully won't be doing that again until this really does show some sort of clear indication of where the trend is heading. At this stage, I can't see anything, so therefore it's a bad place to be in a trade. There's no reason why I should have taken it. It was just panic. So hopefully I can learn from my mistake on that one. Moving forward, I've drawn this line here, which I believe to be somewhat of a trend, just touching the wicks as best as it can. I know it's not perfect, but I don't know necessarily whether that's invalidated, but as far as I'm concerned, that is clear as anything. I'm going to add just one more line here, which I believe, let's just take it up to the 4 hour. Are we looking at some sort of pattern like this that I potentially believe will break down? Just from the reading I've been doing, it appears to be some sort of ascending triangle. Again, this is just from what I've learned recently, so things will change over time. Like, don't take any of this as advice from me, because I am actually recording this as I learn, as every day goes by. So I'll be looking back on the videos and saying to myself, you had no fucking idea what you were talking about. This is a completely different pattern. But then, having said that, I'd be using the hindsight indicator, which is always perfect, hey? So this is one of the things that I'm looking at, is for it to potentially break down. If it does, I will be entering a short. If it breaks up through the current resistance or the previous support that we're sitting in, which is now resistance, if it breaks up through that, I'm going to need to see quite a lot of volume in order to feel confident to take a long. Probably will be interested when it starts breaking above the previous wick, the highest wick here, which was obviously rejected and pushed down. If that happens, I may change my stance from bearish to bullish and see where we go from there. So let's just get rid of this for now. Back to the 1 hour. I think, I don't know if I'm looking at this the same as the rest of the amateurs out there, but I think we're all waiting to see what happens after this point. Unless I've just drawn something completely different to what everyone else is watching. This feels to be the most logical place to set up to see what happens. I'm just going to check my notes to see if there's anything else that I wanted to cover. I was trying to figure out whether this was distribution or accumulation. Not quite sure at this stage. I think just the range indicates that it could just be a decision time. But apart from that, I don't want to say whether it is accumulation or distribution at this stage because of the time frame that I'm on, and I'm not sure whether this is, or I'm not sure whether I have enough information to really make a decision on that. Another thing I wanted to point out is on the 4 hour, just to get a bit of perspective and zoom out a bit, we have some, let's get ourselves a decent tool for this, an arrow would be good. We have some descending volume, which you can see here. That to me is another case for bearish price movement, but again, time will tell. From a psychological perspective, I'm very pleased to be out of the short I was sitting in. Hello, what's going on? Just because I was constantly checking. There was no real movement to really, I guess, indicate whether there was a clear trend in one direction or another. So I thought the best thing to do at this stage, get out, take a breather, and reassess when things start to show a clear direction. So with that, hopefully you're all staying safe, keeping your distance during this time of pandemic, and stay safe, stay healthy, and good luck if you're taking this trade, whichever direction it goes. Hope fortune favors you going forward. All right, that's everything for now. Goodbye.